Morning guys, Nikki from Gracie's house again this morning. I just thought I'd pop on. I tried just now and for some reason it said my internet had gone, so I don't think it even popped up on your screens. So take two. Didn't even get a chance to say hello on the last go. I am just popping on this morning to show you what I'm working on this week. I've planned my commissions and my stash pieces and things that I want to do. So this week I've got commissions going out the door, so I've got quite a lot done and going out, but I've got some new pieces to work on. So those of you, morning Barbara, those of you that have been watching mostly yesterday and perhaps a bit before that, there's a piece in the back that's just been finished. So I've been photographing that so you can see all the staging pieces. So there's photos to come later on today on that piece. So that's been done in Dixie Belle Black Sands. And those of you that have watched any of the lives from yesterday, we've added some details in. So it's got some decoupage paper from Redesign with Prima. I've used Bronze Age Art Alchemy Wax from Redesign with Prima. I've also used a stencil called Giovanna Flourish from Redesign with Prima. All on there. Tobacco Road Voodoo gel stain on the top. Really, really pretty, sweet, solid oak cabinet. Love it. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit and show you. You're not going to get a full glimpse. This is something that I picked up back in the summer, and Gracie actually demonstrated this little beauty. So it's quite a mid-century piece. A dressing table we've got, so that's one end, and then it dips down in the middle. See those sticks? That's where the mirror goes. It's got quite a big mirror that's kind of up here, and then the same on the other end. But this has got a lift-up piece here to put your jewellery and your makeup in. So it's quite a cute little piece. It's got, I don't know if you can see the legs down there, so it's got nice mid-century style legs. So that's quite cute. And then the other piece that I'm working on this week is here. So that's the drawer taken out, and that's the front of the cabinet. So pretty legs, it's got insets on the side, and it's got these pretty carvings. Let me just grab the hardware because it's already been removed. So we have the handle for the drawer, which looks like that, which is a bit like, hi Mary, which is a bit like the Green Man, which is something that over here, the UK guys will probably know. If you're watching, drop me a hello and where you're watching from, so that I know where you are. So that's the drawer handle, and then that's the little dropper for the door, which is cute. But as you can see, they are both made of different metals. So polishing is not going to be an option because they're not going to match. Hi Shirley. So yeah, they're not going to match at all. So I'm going to have to spray those and make them pretty so that they will look more cohesive. But the main reason I'm going to talk to you about this piece is a product from Dixie Belle called Slick Stick. So ordinarily, on a piece like this, I would just sand. I've actually sanded the top, just scuff sanded, because it had a couple of marks on that I needed to sand out. But the rest has got quite a shiny finish on. Now what I might do is I might prep the rest of it as I normally would do. Hi Patricia, hi Becky. But because you can't get your sander in here, let's just turn it back over so you can see what I'm talking about. It keeps swinging open because it's got one of those ball catches on and it's not shut. And to be honest, my workshop floor is probably not level either. So that you can see there's lots of carvings in here. So really, the Slick Stick product is best for just the door and the pretty bits on the legs. So Slick Stick is to use on shiny surfaces. Ultimately, it is for more like metal and glass, things like that, if you wanted to paint those. Something that's super shiny. But I do tend to use it on pieces like this, just where there's extra details that I will never get into with sander, whether it be by hand or anything. And this basically will give you a key to for your paint, when you do paint, for it to adhere to. So, I'm gonna have to bang it on the floor. There we go. If you ever have a lid that won't come off, there we go. I do find, normally, a knock on the floor, there we go. We'll just do it. I should put my paint into, or my product into something else, and I don't. So if you don't want that to happen and your lids to stick, put whatever you're using into a paper plate or a paper bowl. So I'm just going to do the front of the cabinet because I think I will probably just I will prep the rest of the cabinet. I'll be good and prep it. So you can be lazy. I'll be honest, you can be lazy. This has had a really, really thorough clean. So over here in the UK, we can't get the white lightning that you can get in America. So I just use a good degreasing spray, all-purpose cleaner. I use one called Elbow Grease, which is brilliant. Morning, Leslie. Yeah, elbow grease. I've got one to hand, let me show you. So this is what I use for my cleaning. So as I said, in America you use White Lightning by Dixie Belle, which is brilliant, but we can't get that here. So this is what I use. So this has been thoroughly cleaned yesterday or the day before. And this stuff's really good. It dries quick. It goes really, really smoothly on. And it allows you to have a key in all these little nooks and crannies, because okay, they're not going to be high wear areas, but you don't want your paint, you want your paint to stick. It doesn't matter what part of your furniture, you want it to stick. I want it to stick. And I have some plans for this piece. There will be some blending and some texture, so some sort of more special effects painting. And I want to make sure I know that my paint's not going to slip and slide when I'm doing those effects. So on this piece in particular, it's even more important. Leslie, Fusion's TSP. Ah, yeah. Do you know what? I've never actually used that, and considering I do use Fusion, I've never used that one, because is that the one that you don't have to wash off, I think, if I'm right? We don't have to rinse off, and it doesn't affect paint afterwards as well. Because I think if you use standard TSP, is it TSP or TPS? TSP. You have to make sure you rinse really well, because it will have an effect on how the paint adheres afterwards. So what are you guys up to today? And while we're on that as well, what would you do with this? You still rinse it? Leslie, I think I probably would. It wouldn't feel right not rinsing it. So guys, what do you think? I have my plan for this. I'd love to see if you can guess what you think I might do. See, I'm really wanting to get into all the nooks and crannies with this. I'm using the cheapest of cheap brushes. This is, I don't even know, it's not got a make on it. I think this is a Silverline brush. Again, that's an English thing, but these are just cheap. Fine, they're relatively fine synthetic filament brushes. They wash up okay, they last okay. But especially when I'm pushing product into the nooks and crannies, I will use a brush that I don't care so much for. So many possibilities. Just give me a couple, Leslie. What do you think? What do you think I might have picked to go on this? Shall I give you some hints? Hi, Jackie. I can give you some hints. There will be transfers involved. Whimsy, Faded Grandeur. Oh, which one's that? I know that name. Why can't I picture it? Oh, I'm going to have to look that one up then. My brain's not... I feel I say a lot on my lives that my brain is not working anymore. I feel I say that quite often. So I think from now on, just assume that my brain is not working, and then I won't have to say it so often. And it's a really fine product as well. So you can see I'm really not being overly careful about my direction of my brush. But you can work it, and it's got such a fine coating. Faded Grandeur pieces. Sorry, I'm with you. Do you know what I was thinking? Is it a name of a transfer? And my brain is not working. You're right. That's I think that might be kind of the look I'm thinking about. There is going to be transfers. I was tossing up between a transfer, and you know me, I love the decoupage papers. So I was umming and ahhing about which one to go for, but I've decided it's going to be a transfer, and I'm going to pop it on. See these inset panels here on the side? I'm going to pop it in there, and then I'm going to use, because there's so much detail in here, and then the handles are quite ornate, I didn't kind of want to overload, so I'm going to go for some, I'm going to say texture within colour rather than texture that you can feel on the front, and then the transfers can be the beauty on the sides. And I mean, that's it. Like I said, I'm going to prep the rest properly and give it a scuff sand. I know with Dixie Belle, you really don't need to scuff sand. This is quite shiny, so and I personally tend to scuff sand almost all of my projects. Having said that, I've done a piece. What did I do? I did the cake stand. I cleaned it. I did use Slick Stick, but it dried so quickly. I did it on a live. Leslie, the candlesticks behind me. Yeah, so I've used them staging, but they came out of, well, everything is in my house, but let me see if I can, yeah, they're lovely. I used them on my wedding day. So my wedding day was very, very home done. It was in a friend's garden. I basically coordinated everything. I ordered everything. I planned everything. I had, I've got some magnolia sprigs, which if any of you have seen the picture of Gracie in her rocking chair, there's some of those. They came from a shop window display. So I bought four of those, and they were the archway that I walked through at the bottom of the aisle. I had my cake table was the piece I painted. We signed our register on a dressing table that I painted. So it was all very cute and home done, and yeah. Anyway, okay, so I've given enough away on this. I don't want to tell you too much else. I'm going to show you the magnolia that I'm talking about. Let me just unscrew the camera for you, and you guys can see. Whoops, let's turn the camera around. How do I do that? Do you know what? There it is. So that's the magnolia, can you see? So I've got one in the corner of my workshop. Gracie's got two in her bedroom. So that was the archway. They made an archway. And let me show you a close up. No, that's me. You don't want to see me that close up. And those are the lovely candlesticks. So they came from a charity shop, and I painted them up and gave them a bit of a chippy look, which I was quite pleased about. I'm going to flip that before I blind you with my light from my camera. So anyone else want to guess or suggest what to do on this? Shall I give you a teaser? Shall I give you a teaser of the colours I'm going to use? Okay, hold on. I don't know if all of them, I think some of them might have fallen out of my... Yeah, definitely haven't got all of the colours that I put out in my workshop earlier, in my kitchen. So I have to store my paints in my kitchen because of the heat and the cold extremes. So I'd love to have everything in here, but I don't. So I've got drop cloth. That's reflecting a bit on the light, sorry. I have got sandbar. I've got mud puddle. And then, I don't know why they're not here, but I've also got tea rose. And I've put out coffee bean. So a real dark. And, oh, go on, I'll tell you what transfer it is, but I haven't got that to show you either. So it's one of the new releases. It's Floral Court. So, what do you think? Floral Court with these colours and tea rose. I think it'll be pretty. And you know me, I'm sure there'll be some decor wax or other metallic wax that I've got to stick on there as well. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with this. I've got some prep to do on the mid-century dressing table as well. Gracie keeps begging me to do a live, so I've got to try and... Yeah, Leslie, I think it'll be proper vintage. Gracie's begging me to do a live, so I've got to come up with something that she can come on. She absolutely loves you guys interacting with her. She really does. So thank you for anyone who ever comes on the lives that Gracie's part of and interacts, because she finds it an absolute ball. I'm having to dissuade her from going live anywhere else on any other pages. I have to try and rein her in to keep her on my page only. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Sorry if I'm waffling on now, we've caught up a little bit. I've shown you some slick stick, and I'm going to go. As always, if you've not caught me already, like and follow my page. That would be awesome. And then just drop a little hashtag replay if you're not watching live. Thanks guys. Cheers. Bye.